This might be the hardest question anyone ever asks. If God exists, if He's all-powerful and all-merciful, then why is there so much suffering? Why do innocent children die? Why do good people face terrible tragedies? Why is there disease, poverty, war, and pain? It's a fair question that deserves an honest answer, so let's explore what Islam teaches about suffering. First, we need to understand what this life actually is. Islam teaches that this world is a temporary test, not the final destination. The Quran says, "Do you think you will enter paradise without being tested like those before you?" This life is an examination, and exams are supposed to be difficult. If a test was easy, it wouldn't prove anything. The challenges you face reveal your character, develop your soul, and determine your eternal outcome. If God gave everyone perfect lives with no suffering, what would that prove? Who would grow? How would you develop patience, courage, compassion, or resilience without facing anything that required those qualities? Second, let's talk about the different types of suffering. Sometimes suffering is a direct consequence of human choices. Someone drinks and drives, people get hurt. Nations go to war, innocent people suffer. Corporations pollute, communities get sick. Much of the world's suffering is caused by human greed, arrogance, and sin, not by God. The Quran addresses this. Whatever good happens to you is from Allah, and whatever bad happens to you is from yourself. We have free will, and free will means we can choose evil. When we do, there are consequences that affect others. God could have created us as robots programmed to only do good, but then we wouldn't truly be good. We'd just be programmed. Real goodness requires real choice, and real choice means the possibility of real evil. Sometimes suffering is a test of faith. Will you remain grateful when things are good and patient when things are difficult? The Prophet said, "How wonderful is the affair of the believer. If something good happens, he is grateful. If something bad happens, he is patient." Sometimes suffering is purification. The Prophet said, "No fatigue, illness, anxiety, or sorrow afflicts a Muslim, not even the pricking of a thorn, except that Allah removes some of his sins by it." Suffering can cleanse you of sins and elevate your spiritual rank. Think of it like a refiner's fire. Gold is purified by intense heat that burns away impurities. Your soul is purified through trials that burn away spiritual weaknesses. Sometimes suffering is protection from something worse that you can't see. Maybe you lost a job that would have destroyed your health. Maybe a relationship ended before it became abusive. God's wisdom operates beyond our limited perception. The Quran tells a story. Moses traveled with a wise man who did seemingly terrible things, damaging a boat, killing a young boy. Moses couldn't understand why, but later it was revealed. The boat was damaged to save it from a king seizing ships. The young boy would have grown up to hurt his righteous parents, and God would replace him with a better child. The point? You don't see the full picture. What looks like suffering now might be mercy you don't yet understand. But let's address the hardest cases. Innocent suffering, children with cancer, natural disasters killing thousands. Here's what Islam teaches. Children who die young go straight to paradise. They're spared the test of this life and granted eternal bliss. Their brief suffering here is nothing compared to eternal joy. The parents who lose them, their patience is rewarded immensely. Those who suffer greatly in this life will be rewarded greatly in the next. The Prophet said that on Judgment Day, people who had easy lives will wish their skin had been cut with scissors when they see the rewards given to those who suffered patiently. This life is incredibly short compared to eternity. 70, 80, even 100 years is nothing compared to infinite paradise. The Quran says that on Judgment Day, even those who lived long lives will feel like they lived only an hour. Imagine watching a movie where the hero suffers terribly for 2 hours. You're crying, upset at the injustice. But then the final scene comes. The hero is rewarded, villains are punished, justice is done, happy ending. Suddenly, all the suffering makes sense. It was part of a larger story. That's this life. It's Act 2 of a 3-act story. Act 1 was before you were born. Act 2 is this life with all its tests. Act 3 is the hereafter, where everything is made right. If you judge the story in the middle of Act 2, it doesn't make sense. You have to see the ending. Islam teaches that God is not distant from your suffering. He's closer to your jugular vein. He knows your pain intimately. He hears every prayer, he sees every tear, and he promises that no pain is wasted. The Prophet Muhammad himself suffered immensely. He lost his mother as a child, his beloved wife, multiple children, faced persecution, hunger, attacks, but he never lost faith because he understood this life is temporary. The reward is eternal. So here's the ultimate answer. Perfect justice will be established. On Judgment Day, every wrong will be righted. Every victim will receive justice, every oppressor will face consequences, and every person who suffered patiently will be rewarded beyond imagination. The atheist response to suffering is, there is no God, so suffering is meaningless. You suffer, you die, that's it. That's actually more disturbing. At least Islam says your suffering has meaning, will be rewarded, and is temporary before eternal peace. So if God exists, why is there so much suffering? Because this world is a test, not paradise, because we have free will, because suffering develops character, because we can't see the full picture, because this life is temporary, because perfect justice awaits. The question isn't, why does suffering exist? The question is, can I trust God even when I don't understand? And millions of Muslims throughout history have answered yes. They faced unimaginable suffering, and their faith didn't break. It deepened. Because they understood, God is not causing suffering for entertainment. He's testing you because he wants to reward you. He's allowing hardship because he wants to elevate you. And when you enter paradise, you'll say what the Quran predicts. This was worth it. All of it was worth it. That's the Islamic answer to suffering. It doesn't remove the pain, but it gives it meaning. And sometimes, meaning is what we need most.